Can you hear me now? Can you hear about now? Thanks for tech supporting. How's there no sound? This audio's so hooked up. I see the audio moving. Okay. Can you hear me now? Okay, so you guys can hear me now, okay? Fuck. Oh, excuse my language, I almost swore. Okay, so for some reason, it's picking it up on my scene too. So let me see if I could add my this to scene 2, because give me a second. Because the audio's here and audio's here. Okay. Okay, can you hear me on the screen with my face and tablet? Can you hear me on this or just the other one? Or not at all? Because this has this audio and that one has audio. Okay. Can you guys hear me right now? Okay, so we're good to go. Good to go? Oh my god. Sorry, so I wanted to try OBS Studio, but of course, I've never tried OBS Studio. So, I was very much, I don't know what I'm doing. Gotta figure this out. Because it was recommended to me to try this program. But with any new program, you don't know what you're doing. So, this one, like, you have to, like, put in specific stuff in each screen. So, like, I had the setup screen, and then I had the other screen, and alrighties. So, anywho, now that technical difficulties aside, I'll try stream next week and hopefully it won't be as bad. But so you guys gave me ideas. I picked 3. The 3 that I picked after failing miserably at technical support were, so I just ran them randomly, guys. I put them in a document, I numbered them, and just did it randomly. So platypus in a tracksuit, walking on the moon with a latte, Schnauzer with a monocle in a tea shop, and an alicorn going on a roller coaster for the first time. So those were the ones. So I sat on it for a bit after, because I didn't have much time to think about it. I'm like, okay, which of these is going to be the one that I pick? I didn't know, but I figured it out. So the one I am going to go with, da-da-dum-dum-dum, I want to draw the Schnauzer in a tea shop. But it's going to be, so my goal here is to do this within an hour, hour and a half top. So it's going to be quick, because that's the point of all these drawings. So it's going to be a challenge, because usually these take a lot more. But let's see what we can come up with not much pre-thought. Sorry, I'm Googling right now to get ideas. And then draw it, because that's what's really fun. So there's not much prep. You just kind of got to go for it and figure it out. And I think that'll be really fun. So let me do a quick Google, get some ideas. So first I'm going to do my layout. This is Clip Studio Paint for anyone who's not familiar with the program I use. Clip Studio Paint is a program I use for almost everything of mine. What does a Schnauzer look like? Schnauzer. Schnauzer. Okay. Let's Google me up a Schnauzer. Alright. Aw, Schnauzers are so cute. Alright, so Schnauzer with monocle. So I guess it'll be a boy Schnauzer having his little tea dates. So since the topic is the Schnauzer, we'll make sure they're little monocled Schnauzer. Is there a monocle on this side? Or the other side? I'll figure it out. A little Schnauzer with big eyebrows. Little, having himself a good old tea. His little paws. How does that Schnauzer even hold the tea? Little T, little Schnauzer. Let's make him sitting in some kind of fancy teacher. What does cafes look like? Ooh, maybe we can make him sitting on one of these chairs. Make a nice little table. Maybe one of these little, make it a little fancy table. I feel like it's a fancy Schnauzer. A little fancy chair. Fancy Schnauzer in a fancy chair and a little tea shop. Let's try to figure this out. What was my prompt again? Schnauzer tea shop. Any questions what you have in a tea shop? Alright. Let's have him his little tea. Little paw. I like the idea of him not being able to reach the floor with his little paws. Ooh, make him look all dapper. I think his head might be too small. Might adjust this composition a little. A little teapot. Oh, you know, it'd be kind of cute. What about if he's like at high tea? Yeah, I know I'm adding a lot of details, which I'll have to figure out. Little thing. Shrink this a little. If you guys have any questions at all while I draw, please let me know. I am more than happy to answer any questions. Get some cute kind of wallpaper. Trying to watch my tangent. So this, if I make the line right here, that's a tangent. So I'm making sure it goes underneath. Avoid the tangents. Tangents are bad. We don't want tangents. It leads the eye to places your eye shouldn't be led to. So avoid those tangents, ladies and gentlemen. Avoid those tangents. Okay. What am I thinking? Ooh, what about if we add some like cute wallpaper or something here or something? Let's make this really cute. Maybe like a cute little window. What system are you using to draw? I am on a MacBook Pro. I am wanting to do a custom built computer eventually this year after taxes once I save up some money, because at this current time, as much as I want a new system, let's add some flowers or something. So this is my basic idea. I can't afford it, so that's my goal. Is because I've been killing my poor MacBook Pro. The fan has actually been running like non-stop. Let's figure out this composition now. So my goal this year is to try to get a computer that can handle animation and drawing. And you know what? I should do this. I think this will make my life a little easier. But yeah, it's a MacBook Pro. MacBook Pros are good if you're just focusing on illustration, but if you're like me and you want to learn other things, I'm finding that it's not the greatest for animating. I have been kind of killing my computer because of my eagerness to learn animation. Sorry, computer, I love you, but I know I am killing you because the fan is always going off. Let's figure out some decorations for this tablecloth after. Maybe I don't want it straight. There we go. But I have a MacBook Pro. I forget what year. I got it like 2 years ago or so. Give or take. Here's the start of our little table. I would like to work on more than one layer, so this makes it easier for me to do corrections. I don't always work on too many layers. It just really depends on what I'm working on and what needs to be done. When I animate though, I do work on multiple layers. Let's get this line going. Because when I want to set up a file for animation that way, it's easier to animate all the pieces and it's less of a hassle. What? Let's do straight line. Straight line. Straight line? Oh, what are these? You should come from here? Okay, yeah, I guess let's make it come from here. But I do love the MacBook, other than me killing it for animating. The song that was... You guys didn't hear my song. I had a song playing, but the audio didn't work, so the song I'm currently humming is a song that was playing. Horizontal. Sitting. I think like about here would be correct, give or take. So I'm setting everything up, working with somewhat of a perspective. I'm guesstimating a lot only because I have so little time to do this, so I'm hoping that I get pretty much right. Usually I would be a little more paying attention to what I'm doing, but Schnauzer. What does a Schnauzer look like? Alright. So let's give him a big happy nose. He's very happy. Give him a big old beard, since Schnauzers have good old, big old beards. Very peaceful. He's very happy at this tea shop with his tea. Let's get ourselves a monocle going. Oh, that's way too big. I like this idea. This was a fun one. There's our monocle. Let's give him the bushy Schnauzer eyebrows. Alright. Aw, thank you. Hopefully this will turn out what I envisioned in my head. I have some brushes that I haven't really used yet that might be good for a little bit of a flower background for this, if I feel like. Little Schnauzer coming to life. Do you like the outcome of the digital art you make like this versus physical watercolors? I asked because I got a custom of you. I actually like both for very different reasons. I love using watercolors. Watercolors will always be one of my favorite mediums. Watercolors is not like digital art while you're creating is super forgiving. Like you can make corrections. It's pretty nice, but watercolor is not forgiving. So you really have to trust the medium and understand it. But I absolutely, oops, this is too big. I absolutely love both. Funny enough, I don't know if you guys ever heard, but I used to actually, oh wait, if the perspective's flat here, this should not be like that. It should be actually flat, because my perspective is going that way, and I would have fucked up perspective. Whoops. but I will always absolutely love watercolors. Ooh, I didn't give him, oh, you know what? Let me put this on its own layer. Let's give him a little bit of a fancier cup. But yeah, I love it. Watercolors. I used to hate it because I used to try to control it too much, and I never allowed it to be organic. And watercolors is a very organic, you can see a little bit of the bottom of this one, I think, because he's lifting it over the table, and the table is in a flat perspective. Let's make this a little less. But digital I like because digital lets me experiment a lot more, and it lets me experiment with different looks, different mediums. And I think both push me for very different reasons as an artist. And I really think that if you want to be a digital artist, start off with traditional first, because you have to understand color theory, you have to understand composition, you have to understand how lighting works. And I think all of that is extremely important. Oh, let's give him one of these things. I don't know if we'll be able to see it, but let's make him have like a little puffy collar. Be puffy this way? Be puffy this way, right? Yeah. Alright. My little friend is coming to life. But yeah, you have to understand the basics to draw in any style that you want. Because if you jump into digital art and you don't understand color theory, you don't understand composition, you don't understand lighting, it shows. So for me, it's really important, no matter what type of artist you want to be, start off with traditional to understand everything. Study your anatomy, study your perspective, because you can only cheat so much, and no matter what medium you're using, if you don't fully understand it, it does show. And the more you do something, the better you get, the more trained you become. Oh, his leg is way too small. But like, for example, when I started drawing, I would not be able to do speed paintings like this. It was just something that I had to teach myself to do. This is because I really wanted to understand and know how to do them. But as with everything, the more you do it, the better you get. So I used to actually time myself to get quicker and quicker and quicker. Because speed paintings are something I really wanted to understand and be able to do. But when I first started off, I had no idea what I was doing. My paintings took forever. Like, something like this would have taken me days. And now, ooh, my sticker ship, my sticker ship, my sticker ship. Sorry guys, I'm gonna have stickers now at conventions, because my art rep's like, why don't you have stickers? I'm like, I'm not organized. She's like, get organized. I'm like, okay. So now I'm organized, and now I'm gonna have stickers. I feel very proud of this. There we go. Oh, look at our little guy. Let's push this back. I don't like where this is sitting. But it is also very cool that you have one of my original watercolors. I don't think I'll ever stop doing those at shows. They're so much fun. And I like them because I love being organic. And when you work organic, it also pushes me when I go back and work digitally, because, oh, there we go. I'm just going to flip this really quick just to take a look at it. Make sure that everything is working the way it should. I think so. I think this is good. For what I am trying to accomplish, this is way good. Which layer? And I have this really bad habit of not naming my layers, so I actually lose my layers constantly. Not a good habit. If you can, don't be an Agnes. Name your layers. I used to be actually really good at naming my layers, because actually I lie. Look, see this, guys? I'm doing a tangent right here. You see that? That's a big no-no. So I want to correct that, because it's crossing with the leg, and it just, right away, your eye doesn't look good. So I am going to erase this and redraw this, moving it up, because even with a quick drawing, I don't want my tangent. So let's shift it up. I think this will be better, preventing some tangents. That's the nice thing about doing these live draws. You can understand the process that I go through when I draw, and I do hope it helps you guys, for those of you who are interested in drawing, help make some choices about the drawings that you make. There we go. Dog? I should be saving this. Ha ha ha. And remember, guys, save your file. Cool. It's this one. This is the T. This is him. Let's start cleaning this up a little bit. Move his leg because it is behind the table. These are all cool. Let's just merge these together. Start cleaning these up. Woohoo! Wrong one. Dog. Sorry, dog. I know this layer. This is like speed thinking too, because these are usually decisions I like to take time to think, like really think about the decisions I'm making while I'm drawing, but I can't. So I'm like, all right, I just gotta trust that I'm doing this the way I want it, because none of these decisions are very thought about. What the heck does one of these look like? Wait, let me go to Google. Okay, that's a pretty good reference. So we should draw the plate. So it's usually on like a little plate that gets smaller and smaller. And then we have the middle pole thing. Ooh, let's add like a design up here. Ha ha ha, isn't that pretty? Alright, and then the top one's usually, you know what, I have to make this narrow. Oh, I made this one too narrow, I think. I think I can make it a little bit thicker. Okay. Alright. And you know what? I'm actually going to copy this because let's put one here. And let's fix the bottom. Cool. Cuckoo. And let's make this one, let's shrink it down. Sorry, I'm centering right now. Cuckoo. Coo. Coo. So this will be for his high tea, because he's at a tea shop. Let's do a high tea. Because honestly, do we have time to make this? Oh no, look, I made a boo-boo. That was a big Agnes boo-boo. Where did I do that mistake? Okay. Alright. Let's not do that mistake again. Which? Okay, there you are. My bad. Cool. Alright, let's try this again. Let's move this one, because Aggie's just being a bit of a... Okay, so we have our high tea thing. Alright, do you guys remember what this thing's called? Merge selected layers. Cool. Let's put macaroons up here. Some nice big macaroons. Paw size now. Right. So we have our macaroons. I think that's what macaroons look like. What else? We need our triangle sandwiches. There we go. So he has little triangle sandwiches. We'll put this one behind. I'm being really ambitious with this, guys. Let's see if I can finish this in the allowed time, because I'm being a little ambitious. But we have an idea, we're rolling with it, and then we'll figure out a solution. So now we have our little triangle sandwiches. Oh, scones! What does a scone look like? Just like balls, right? Yeah, they're we need a scone. Scone. Oh, they come in different sizes. Okay, so we can make a little triangle scone. I don't know if this will look like a scone. We'll put something on this one, like jam or something. Scones. There we have scones. And then let's go back to this. Ah! Let's just erase it. Now we need a teapot. So we have our high tea thing. We need a teapot. What does a teapot look like? Thank God for Google, guys. Well, everything. What does this look like? I don't know, Agnes. What does it look like? Let's do a cute little teapot. Alright. Oh, look how cute and chubby this teapot is. Just making sure we are good to go with the teapot. Sorry, I was just double checking my stream was still a-okay. I feel it is. So let's put in our teapot. Alright. We need, make sure position this right. So we have our little teapots. All right. Now our little guy has his tea, his teapot. Let's add just a tiny bit of a background, and then I might add effects after, but it's our time. Cool. We did start late, so I'm allowed to give myself a little extra time. The table should be more here, right? So I'm swatching my tangents. I'll do like a little baseboard since it's somewhere fancy and I feel it needs a fancy baseboard. Watch my tangent there. Good girl, Agnes. Paying attention to those tangents. And let's give him a cute little window thingy. Whoop. Almost went to this tangent. There we go. Avoided that tangent. Avoid those tangents. I need this go down here. The windowsill. Hi. How goes, how goes. So now we have a little windowsill. Let's do a little blind. A little cute blind. A little circle here for the blind. Cool. I think it's coming together. Alright, so I think we have our basic idea down. Let me pull this out. Oh, look at that. So I think we could get coloring. I have to erase something, which I see I have to erase. Alright. I'm gonna start with the coloring just because I'm a little worried, but I do want to add little details to this. Like it feels like you need some flowers or something or another. So let's see what we can add based on our time. I am good. I am just drawing a Schnauzer at a tea shop. Whoops. Clearly I'm trying to erase a Schnauzer in a tea shop. He needs his little monocle thing. There we go. So that can go down there. Look at that. We have a Schnauzer in a tea shop. Now we need to color the Schnauzer in a tea shop. Let me pull up my Schnauzer Google reference really quickly. Oh, Schnauzers are so cute. Alright, so let's do base. Base of a Schnauzer is typically gray. Maybe we do a more brown shade of gray. Because her face is more white. Thank you. I am Good Luck Bear today. And my I don't know if you meant my drawing or me, but my drawing's cute. It is a Schnauzer. Alright, so what are color? Their paws tend to be gray. So let's pick a nice gray to work with this. I think I'm going to keep my grays on the more... Nope. There we go. Oh shoot, guys! I forgot his other arm. My bad. He has no other arm. Now he has another arm. He's like, wait a minute, how is he holding this in one hand? What line is this? Let me fix this. I have useless lines, which I don't remember why they're there. Alright, we're good now. Don't mind me. Let's give him a little darker nose. We'll add some of the shading because like his eyebrows are supposed to be lighter and stuff, but let's add the base. The base. Let's make him having a blue suit. And a little bit darker. Let's pull this. There we go. Da 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 da. He has a blue suit. Let's make the collar of the suit a tiny bit darker. Let's make sure I didn't fudge up my line art. Good, I didn't fudge up my line art. Need his footsies. Oh, you guys see the... I didn't correct this yet. There we go. Speed painting, guys. Let's do this. Alright. Let's make this a nice red, maybe. We got this to be red. What color tea? They're usually white. Do I want it to keep with the white? Maybe, okay, let's try with a light teal just to hold the place color for these colors. And then I could decide if I want to keep them this color or not. But at least this way I have a placeholder. So that way we have a placeholder for our colors. So just make this a bit darker because it's being lifted up. I need to adjust. Which layer is this? Oh, it's the chair. What? What? Okay. Let's adjust that. Oh yeah, maybe light gold. Let's get back to that. Because the only reason I wanted to think is because the scones and stuff are going to be all cream colored. So that's why I was thinking to try to make them a little bit different. We have our scones. We have our bread. Let's fill this with, I don't know, maybe a jam or something in this one. Maybe like a cream cheese in this one? I don't know. Actually, there's like pickles. Got the pickles. Ooh, what color scones? Maybe one purple scone? What color should my other scone be? We have a purple scone. Should be a pink scone. Go with the theme of the colors. And then we have a little pink scone. Table, cloth, color. Let's make it yellow for now. I might change it. Let's make the let's like this nice brown. I think that's slightly too dark. There we go, that's a nicer brown. Nice wooden furniture since he's in a fancy place with old school. And he has a cushion. Ooh, maybe green cushion. I think that might be cool. Ooh, maybe let's do like a... Ooh, look at that little fancy. Let's see about changing that color. I don't know if I like that. Outdoors. Too dark. Okay, maybe we can add like light wooden accents. I might change it, but let's try this. Fancy indeed. I know, what a fancy doggo. A nice set color. Might adjust that. Trying to think of like, kind of make an old school feeling. Always adjust colors, it's not too big of a deal. Floor and wall. What are these places usually like? Because I know like they're usually wooden. Sorry, I'm going to my reference right now. Well, it's just like wooden. Oh, this one has like tealish floors. They did have the. Ooh, I think I might go with their green. Ooh, they have like a teal green. Let's try this. Ooh, this might be nicer. Ooh, you know what? I might have to go with this. And they have like a light wooden floor. Therefore, do this shade. Cool. Let's try that. So I usually have a palette I work with. I don't use very primary colors. Mine are usually, oh, I gotta erase this. Are on the more pastel shade, just because that's what I personally like. But definitely develop your own palette and work within that. When you have a palette and you select and you work with it, it really helps the composition really come together and work. When your palette is more all over the place, it just sometimes, it just doesn't seem to blend or fit in together. So just be conscious of the palettes that you guys choose. Let's try. I just want to play around with the colors. Why is mine not 3? Okay. Select, deselect. Okay, cool. Let me just try. Color shape. Where's the yellows? Oh, here they're the yellows. I just go white for, well, not that. We have to change it, but white teapot and white. A little hint of yellow, maybe? Make those white, and I think this, let's adjust the color. Oops, I forgot to select that one. I'll select it in a second. Make it look gold. Alright, let me start the shading process. Oops, I could tell what I did wrong. I colored something wrong. And then I want to try to add some like flower and some extra details. I'm just being mindful of my time at the same time because I have a goal. It's when I want to get this finished. Plus you guys don't want to stay here all night with me. La, la, la. So let's see what we can do in the time that we... Where's my Schnauzer reference? Schnauzer? There you are. Hi, friend. Let's start adding a little shading to you. I'm going to add it on different layers just so this layer is easy to select. Give them those white eyebrows they have. There. Their ears are usually very cool. And then just hide the selection border so I can clean up this part. And grab this eraser. I know, it is a proper chap, eh? A very proper little chap. Aw, look at his little face. What's that? It just looks like Schnauzers, like they fade from darker to lighter, so I just want to give him a little bit of a darker before I start. Just a little, and then I want to go down to a lighter. Oh, that looks cute. Look at this little cutie pie. Little cutie pie. Alright, so now I'm going to start some of the shading. So what I like to do is I kind of like to set myself a shading palette. This is only so I can select colors really, really quickly because I like to jump around between reds and purples and blues when I shade. And it's just because I find that adding the value to the shadows, just so they're not just completely gray, just adds a little oomph. It is an extra little step, but I find it's a step that I really like. And I'm going to select the brush I usually like to color with, and now I'm going to set a multiply layer. And I like to do almost all my shadow shading as a multiply. I leave my whites, my lights and whites as is, but this is how I like to shade. I don't want the blue. I want you to be purple. There we go. See, it just adds a bit of a softer shadow color. It still feels cool, but it doesn't feel too cool. It just has a bit of a niceness to it that I personally... Niceness. There you go. This is how I describe art, guys. It has a niceness to it. But I feel it's just a little extra that I feel can make it... Oh no, I forgot to select this area. And the monocle. I forgot to select color a part of the monocle, which I will do after I'm done this part. But I find it is an extra step. It takes a little tiny bit more time, but it's totally worth it, I think. Sometimes a little extra time. Let's give the monocle a little shadow so it does. Ooh, we should add a monocle lens color. Haha, we'll do that as well. Yep. Layer order fixed. Little paws. Little footsies. Little doggo footsies are like the cutest. I love cat and dog footsies. They're like the best. I like to add, after just a little shading in the darkness, just add a little more contrast. I think I need to just add a bit more to go around here. All right. Just added a little bit more contrast. We'll switch to our light. Sometimes I like to add a little bit of a yellow first before I go all the way white. I'm on the wrong layer. Do that right away. And then I go to a white. And a little doggo's coming to life. Add a little reflection. Distinguished doggo. No, very much is. Oh, it's because the nose is not selected. So add a little reflection to his little nosy. There we go. And now I'm just going to go back to this for a second because I realized I want to add a color to his monocle. I'm going to lower this so it's not completely awesome. Just add a little color to this part, which I completely forgot. Now let's go his clothes. Cool. Selection border. Multiply. I need the blue. Select it. Mind where shadows are. This part's pretty much, whoops, right there, because it is kind of covered with him reaching his teapot and stuff. Cool. Cool. Just gonna get to the shading, add a bit of that contrast I like. Switch to the yellow. Just a little bit of extra light. Not much, just a little, just add a little tiny bit more contrast to him. A little bit of an underglow just to help this pop, whoops, pop out a tiny bit. Cool. Distinguished doggo. Let's go to the monocle. Add a bit of a reflection. Grab the eraser. Oops, that's not the eraser. That is the eraser. A little bit of more fade out to the monocle reflection, so it's not too bright, but that way it looks like a monocle because we want to make sure it looks like a monocle. You know what? His suit's just a little bit too dark now that I'm shading it, so I'm going to select it. I am also going to select this. I'm just going to go adjust the color a bit lighter, just so that way it doesn't look too dark. That's better. Now I'm going to continue shading. Since this is a green, I am going to continue with the blue. He is casting a shadow onto the chair. Shade it. Just grab a little bit of the yellow. bottom of the chair. Oh, we are gonna have a little bit of a light shading because it doesn't really have anything too much casting on it. And we're gonna go to this guy right here. My hands are moving so fast. Just like da 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 da. I need like music to be like speed painting with. Add a bit of a depth to this. It's really interesting when you're like speed painting compared to like when you are working. It's like the decision making process is like your brain's just like over processing everything, going, I gotta get this done. I have so little time. Can't think about things. Am I making the right choice? Who knows? I don't have time to think about it. This is what my brain is kind of doing right now. It's like, it's fun though. I won't lie. I think it is appropriate that my first speed painting drawing is a doggo, since I love doggos. Who does not love doggos? Gonna make myself some food after this. I think I've earned a good dinner. Don't know what I'm making yet. Figure out what I'm making. I keep forgetting to make a hotkey for this because apparently, like in every program, you can make hotkeys, but Agnes is too lazy to make hotkeys and then tortures herself. This is kind of almost all shaded because it is underneath. So keeping that in mind, the different lighting that comes into play. I typically work watching something or with music. I don't work in silence. I first find that sometimes it's a little harder for me to focus when it's completely silent. So I do like to work with, sorry, wrong button. I do like to work with noise. Noise makes me happy when I work. Let's move to this. Multiply, select. It is being cast. But yeah, I don't work well with silence. I don't really like silence. Yeah, I have to really get around to doing it. It's like, I don't know why I haven't, with the amount that I use, like, wrong button, wrong thing. The amount that I use that, I should really have a hotkey for it by now. But no, in Agnes' brain, she's like, one day. La 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 la. Do, do, do. One. So this one, let's select the red for now. It doesn't really have anything, but I don't want it to be flat, so I am going to add just a little bit of a shading to it, but it has nothing that would cast a light on it based on how it is. Maybe just like a little bit in the folds. But not really anything, I would say. So I'm making this really soft. Just a little bit in the folds. Make it feel like a cloth still. Cool. Pink. Let's put it together. Cool. Start some of our details. Ooh. Let me fix this really quickly. Erase this for that. Oh, I should not select on something. My bad. And it's the wrong color. Cool. Little tiny detail, but it's gonna drive me crazy. Doop doop. Doop 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 doop. Doop 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 doop. Okay. Select. Selection border. Select a brush. Do I want it to be more red or more blue? Let's just maybe purple. Yeah, I really want some high tea too. I'm actually really big on high tea. No, I don't like that. Let's try the red. Oh, I like the red. Okay. I have a friend of mine here who also loves it, and we love trying new high tea places together. It makes me very happy. I actually did high tea for my birthday. She actually took me to a very nice high tea for my birthday. So I thought that was very sweet of her. Super fun and delicious. And I'm hoping to do this again next week with a new prompt. I have to see my schedule, so once I know it, I'll post if I can. But I'm gonna try to do these at least a few times a month. Unfortunately, because of convention travel, I can't do it every week, but I will try to do it at least a few times a week, especially if you guys like it and it's something you guys really like, then I definitely want to continue it. And it is fun, so I want to get tested as an artist. Pushed my skills. Push my speed painting. It was tricky too, because I'm like, I'm not going to pick anything till like right before, and I'm like, oh my god, maybe I should have thought about that. But no, you know what? It's a good test. It's a good challenge. Because if I had too much time, then I bet I would have thought about it too much. Then I would have ruined the fun. Oh, you did it with a few friends in London for your birthdays. Oh, I also have done high tea in London. That is, if you're in London, guys, you have to do high tea. It is like the number one thing. Well, there's maybe not the number one thing, but definitely on the top of the list of things to do is you have to get high tea in London. They have like really like nice high-end ones. They have themed ones. It's like, oh, it's so cool. So it definitely has some stronger reflections, since I really want, I want to go through my flower stuff, because I want to like little flower details to this. Like I don't have time to like hand draw them, but I got some brushes. Let me save. Remember to save. Oh, we forgot to put jam. Put like a little jam or something right here. Brush change. What? Oh, I'm still selected. There we go. And this was bugging me from earlier. Ta-da! That little spot was bugging me like crazy, guys. It's taken care of. I'm happy again. We are content. All right. Let's select our shading brush. I think as an artist, as a creator of any type, it's always fun to push yourself. If you get too comfortable doing something, I feel you're never going to learn new skills. And as a creator, one of my goals is to never stop learning. I think learning is so important. That's why I'm trying to learn animation now, because I'm a crazy person. And I denounced animation because I hated it, but now I'm like, you know what? I want to learn animation because I feel like it's a good evolution in creation, and it's a skill set I used to know that I don't practice. But I want to be a storyteller, always. And why do I have to limit myself to one type of storytelling? I don't. I have, but I just want to be able to tell stories and create. And especially if I want to tell my own stories, I feel animation would be something really special. So, but that's why. If you're a creator, push yourself, test yourself, try new things, that you maybe would not try, and you'll find that you start learning all sorts of extraordinary things and push yourself, and you also get better faster at what you're already doing, because when you draw things that you're uncomfortable drawing or practicing skill sets that you're uncomfortable with, you actually end up learning a lot quicker, and you get better at stuff that you're already good at, but you don't really work on it. So you're like, how do I get even better at that? I haven't drawn that in like who knows how long. It's because you're pushing yourself as an artist, and it's extremely important to always push yourself. Wrong brush. Let's add a little shadow. Since the window's there, I'm going to pull the shadow back a little bit. Yeah, keep growing. It is so extremely important. Learn new skills. Push yourself. Never ever stop trying to better yourself, especially as an artist. You don't want to be a one-trick pony. Just joking. I had to say it. It was in my head, and I had to go for it. Sorry, I know. That was super corny, but my brain went, you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it. I'm like, I know I'm gonna say it. So, I'm just, you know what? I need to actually add a second multi because I just want to add a slightly darker shade in some of these, just because when you look at shadows, shadows are always darker right underneath like where the object is. So like with the foot of the table, the chair, and I just want to emphasize that just a little more, and I realized I need a second. So this way, I know it's such a little detail, but it just makes me so happy. It's just a little thing. But now I feel better because I think it looks that much better. And more pony puns. I know pony puns are awesome. Just add a little bit of a shading there. Okay. Now this doesn't really have too much other than the windowsill. Selection border. And I feel the teal I should work with the blue. So let me underneath here. And then for the brown, it'll be definitely a blue or purple to keep those. Oh, I didn't select it. Okay, good. Thank gosh. Okay, this works. So, and we're adding that purple to this. We like it. Look at that. Adding that depth. Now it feels really like the sun is coming from the window, even though the shade is a little closed, but it's just extra little something. Man, if I didn't just have like hour and a half, I would totally colorize these lines. I definitely cannot right now because of my time. Because I am over an hour, which it's okay. We had a late start and I fudged up. So let me just wrap this up. Add the little flowers, which I really feel, I'm just gonna have to play around with the brush for a little quick, but I think we're making really good progress with how ambitious I was with this. Because I was very ambitious. Thank you. Yeah, it's a really, like, I work with two brushes. I really like this one because it fades out. So the harder you press it, the more it will fade out. But it's really cool how it blends things together. Sorry, let me just find these. Nope. Where are you? Is this you? Nope. Aggie did not name her layers and cannot find something. Yeah? There we go. Sorry, it was in my way. There we go. Yeah, it just has a little bit of a fade out, which makes it look very pretty. And let's switch over to our lights. So I had a bit of that light coming from the window. Cute, cute. I'm just being lazy, so I'm just going to select this one. Window. He'll be right there. Select the yellow. Alright. That's a little too much. That might work. And then a bit of a yellow. Cool, so this is our basic shading, which I can't believe we're actually getting it this far along. I feel like we need a wallpaper. Oh, I wonder if we could do it. Yes. This is one of the brushes I told you guys about. So I have these, not too much. Let's see if any of them work for what I want. Okay. Ooh, this actually might be good for a wallpaper. Let me make them smaller. Yeah, I have a leaf print too, somewhere around here. Let me try. If this can be like, ooh, okay. It's random, so I'm like, come on, bugger. There we go. Yeah. We're gonna blend this into the background. It just felt too plain. This doesn't work. We're okay. We'll try something else. Anyone going the other side? Yeah? No. Yeah? 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 You know what? No. No. I never really get to use these too much, so it's kind of fun just playing around with these. And that's that. Is this? Cool. Ooh, did I work on the wrong layer? Oh, fudge, I did! My bad. Let's just go to pencil layer. So what happens when you're speed painting, guys? You sometimes hit the wrong keys, and then you're like, uh-oh, spaghetti-o. You make mistakes, but mistakes are okay. It's how you correct those mistakes. Oh, shoot. I have to go here, too. Alright, that's fine. That's fine. I know what I'm doing sometimes. Let's select this. Let's move it here. Let's transform it. So it goes here too. My bad. So now, because Aggie made the boo-boo, let me select things. Make sure everything is selected. Good. Now we go to this, and we're going to make this a clipping mask. So now, it's only on the background. I'm very happy about that. Alright, what else do we have here that we can play with? Power of brushes. Way too light. Ooh! Actually, this is perfect. What's this? I don't even know what this is. Oh no. I like never get a chance to play around with these. But now I'm totally playing around. I made this one. Whoops. Okay, cuckoo. Let's shift this up. So this is actually a brush I made because I'm like, I need a dotted brush, and I didn't have a dotted brush, so I made myself a dotted brush. Look at that. Cha-cha. Nope, select from this layer. Whoops. I meant to hit the clipping mask and I totally hit the wrong button. The one thing is I don't like the color of these guys. So let's change it. Oh, you fracker. Why aren't you? Oh, because I was selecting on that. I feel like it has to be like more red to match with what we're doing. Red. I don't like the top part. I like the bottom. There. Ha 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 ha. Your group of teenagers are watching and playing D&D. Oh, I love D&D. Oh, hello. Don't worry. All right, so now this is feeling like a proper little cafe, right, guys? With all these little additions. Oh my gosh. This is perfect for this. Look at that. We're making everything so happy. See, all these little touches are really making it feel like proper. I like it. What's this? Why are you so big? Brush density? Brush size. Oh, why aren't you particle density? Oh, particle size. Just so you guys, I am like totally winging it just because I know I'm limited on time, but I feel like we're getting somewhere with this. It's making it feel very cafe-ish now. Oh, shoot. Shift this up. Shift these guys up. I have to lower the lights. Whoops, not completely. Oh, he's inside our cute little cafe. Okay, I think like we add a floral print. I don't know about this one. We need something on this one. Let me try this again. I think I have a little time. I didn't like that. What else do I have here? What's this? Ooh, this might look better. Okay, that actually looks better. I like this better. Little sakuras. It fits the color palette more. That is better. Cool. Okay, I like that better. Alright. So I think we're just going to add something to the back blind, because you can't be at a cafe like this without having floral wallpaper. I'm sorry, you just can't. Yes, this is the Schnauzer at the tea shop. You presume correctly. And we're making it What's this? Oh! Okay, you guys, that is absolutely perfect. You just hit it right. Look at that. You guys, this is absolutely perfect. Ha 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 ha. Look how happy he looks. You know what? I wonder. Let me just do one thing. I know I have to leave this alone. I know I'm on a time limit, but Eggy got an idea. Let me see how this looks. I wonder if I do this one. Yes. Yes. Aggie did go with her gut, and it's a good idea. And this is how you take brushes and make them your own. Something was just, need an extra something. I am very focused on this. Is there one more leaf? Alright, there's one. Look at that. I think we're good. I have to leave this alone. I'm at my time limit. I'm past my time limit. I was just having way too much fun. We knew the funness would happen. An hour and like 15 minutes, give or take, after all my tech problems. But ta-da! We did it! We have the dog at the tea shop. I'm very happy with how this came out. It was a test, a good test. So thank you everyone for joining. I hope you guys had fun. Sorry for the technical difficulties, I know. I will run this as an auction. I'm thinking OpenSea. Let me figure out the best way to put this online for the people that want it. I think every week I'll auction off the new one as a request and just make this a little collector series. I think that'll be fun. At least I think that sounds fun. But yeah, so you get to watch it come to life, and then if you want to own it, you can. I think that's really cool. So, yeah. If you guys liked it, it seems like it was a good response. I'll try to do this, like I mentioned, a few times a month. Because this is fun. This pushed me. So, yay! You guys can see my collection of onesies. Because I do have a collection. So, thank you once again for joining. So sorry about the technical difficulties. Now I know what I'm doing. I hope you guys have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful night. Thank you. Mwah.